Hello, guys. Hi. Hello, everybody. Okay. Everybody, welcome to this week's episode of Vybez TV. Okay, welcome back. It's always great to see everybody. Okay, I hope you guys are having amazing and wonderful weeks this week. Okay, so we have a caller. We have a caller calling in this week, so we're kind of just gonna jump right into everything. We're not gonna waste any time. All right, so you guys know how this starts from the beginning to the end. Every single week, it's the same thing, right? So let's just jump right into it, okay? So first and foremost, we are going to thank saints, spirit guides, ancestors. We are going to thank our most benevolent entities and energies, right? We're going to thank them all for their love, guidance, and protection during these sessions, okay? We are going to thank our shadow team and our light team, as above, so below, as within, so without. And we are going to ashe all of the ancestors. Ashe, as their story was written, so is our own, okay? So is our own, okay? So this week we're gonna do just a general collective, right, pull for everybody. Then we're gonna jump into the caller, okay? So let's see. I wanna pull a inner goddess. I wanna pull an inner goddess card for the collective. Okay, I love these loving your inner goddess cards, okay? The graphics on these are amazing. So we're gonna see what loving your inner goddess card we have first off for the collective. We're gonna read that for the collective, and then we're gonna kind of delve into it and see what they wanna say. So, ironically, we have two green cards. Oh, this is funny. We have number 11, okay, the Finch Spirit Guide. And we have number 33, Mermaid Soul. So the fact that we have 11 and 33, those are really good indicators that this next up and coming week or so is going to be very ominous. It's going to be very powerful, right? These are numbers of change. These are numbers that signify portal energy, right? Coming from one state to another. So we're gonna jump into the book really quickly because for these cards, I love to delve into the book and see what the book has to say. So we're gonna read what the book has to say, and then I'll tell you exactly what Spirit really is trying to say. Okay, so let's start with number 11, the 11 card. Okay, the Finch Spirit Guide. Okay, let's start with this card. Okay, so this says, it's a good time to experiment with how to best care for your mind, body, and soul. What did I tell you? Transformations, right? We are talking about transformative energy. It says it's not about being perfect. It's about finding what works best for you. You are in a phase of your life where giving back to yourself is important. Perhaps you have been sharing a lot of yourself with others, have come through a challenging time, or in the near future will be stepping up in a new way to share more creative energy and soul fire than ever before. All that you need to know now is that the right time to take extra. All that you need to know now is that it is the right time to take extra special care of yourself, right? So this is an indicator here that it is time to do some self-care. It is time to do some self-work. Okay, they're saying these transformations are not just going to occur. So don't be afraid to take some time out. Don't be afraid to take extra special care of yourself, right? Extra special care. Not just a little bit of care, right? We're not just going to get cute. No, we're going to spend some time doing that dirty work. We're going to spend some time mulling through the old emotions that we've been holding on to, the old situations. We might even need to physically go and clear out old text messages so we don't find ourselves rereading them, right? Old inbox threads, maybe even emails. Because, you know, sometimes when you block people on your phone, they email you, start to talk crazy. So you might need to go and clear all those threads, okay? The second card we had was the Mermaid Soul card. This card is beautiful. I absolutely love this card. Okay, so this says, deep within, you know what excites and inspires you. Your job isn't to decide whether that inspiration is practical, realistic, or even possible. Human beings have been shown throughout history that human beings have been shown throughout history that the idea which they once scoffed at as being ridiculous or impossible to achieve can become the realities that they rely upon and take for granted as a natural part of their daily lives not long afterwards. You too shall move from doubt to wondering how you ever lived without this passion, idea, or inspiration of yours. Let the universe show off its creative flair for the unexpected and inspirational through you. Do not give up on what truly moves and inspires your heart, for soon it will be a part of your world. Okay? So I'm going to tell you why that's so beautiful to me, right? And why I feel like Spirit might have been telling my business just a little bit, okay? Because I've come into a part on my healing journey, right? And my spiritual journey where I found out I'm able to assist others on their healing journey with energy. So in a little while when the caller calls, ironically, the caller who's calling in today was a recipient of that healing energy. So sometimes the things that we don't think are possible, Spirit will show them or show you in your face how they are possible. Okay? Because a couple months ago or even a couple years ago, you could not have convinced me, that I would be doing mediumships, communing with deceased loved ones. You could not have told me that I would be helping people alleviate pain in backs, shoulders, legs, feet, all types of body parts, right? Spirit made that possible for me to see so that I can then show other people and show other people our potential, show other people our true power, right? So when I tell you, just like how we used to watch the Jetsons when we were kids and feel like TV's on the wall, that's never going to happen, right? Cooking a whole meal in a microwave, which they didn't even have back then, that'll never happen, right? Ordering food, like it's so many things that at one point we never seen being a reality. So I just want everybody that will watch this, that can hear the sound of my voice, right? I want you to realize that the only barrier between you and anything you want to create is you and your mind. Okay? You literally have to remove yourself as a barrier and just let yourself free flow through life in a sense. That way you will be able to open yourself up to any possibilities for anything that could be a reality in your world. Okay? So, not this deck yet, but let's see what Moonology card do we have for the collective here. What Moonology card is gonna tie in this Fitch Spirit Guide and the Mermaid? So I find it funny though, let's back up, that this Mermaid Soul card here is the card that's talking about making yourself a believer, because mermaids are something that a lot of people don't believe in, right? They go, oh my God, no such thing as a mermaid. What do you mean there's mermaids? That's impossible. But with the sea, the ocean being only discovered, 10%? We've only maybe delved into 10 or less than 10% of the ocean, right? There very well could be sea creatures, right? Intelligent sea life, just like there is intelligent land life, right? So I find it funny that that mermaid card is the card that basically is speaking of having faith in things that we're not too sure of, right? I just found that funny. So let's see, Moonology cards here. Moonology cards, surrender to the divine. Listen to me when I tell you guys, this full message is almost reading like a book today, right? Because once you kind of say to yourself, I don't have any limitations, once you kind of say to yourself that, everything that I have been thinking about, I can make my reality. Everything that I envisioned will become a part of who I am and where I'm going and where I want to be. Once we say that and just have faith, just realize that we just have to believe the things that we say to ourselves and say to others wholeheartedly with our whole intention. Spirit is saying, we got you. We got you. Okay, we have you covered. We will literally come and help you do anything you need help doing. Just surrender to us, and not in a negative way, not in a you're putting me over you, in a I trust you kind of way, okay? And I know you got me kind of way, all right? So surrender to the divine, okay? Don't be afraid of that. Don't be afraid. That requires that mustard seed sized faith, right? For all of us who had to go to school, Sunday school and church when we were younger, right? That's that mustard size seed faith. That's saying I don't necessarily have to know what's going to occur in the future. I just know what I need to happen is eventually going to occur. Now, is there going to be a straight line to it? No, right? Most likely not. So that's also key. Keeping in the back of your mind that this is going to work out. I have faith this is going to work out, because things are going to get rough. Things are going to get hard. Things are going to get really tough. People are going to start leaving. Okay, you might lose jobs, cars, apartments. Stuff might be going on with your kids, right? There could be a whole bunch that will be occurring on your way up this ladder, so to speak. But they're saying if you just surrender and have faith that everything's going to work out, it will, okay, and it's going to work out how it's supposed to. Yep. And to solidify everything, right, to keep right in line, we're going to make clear, calm thinking our goal, okay? Clear and calm being the two action words there, right? So once I say something, I said it, and that's it. I'm not second guessing it. And I'm not going to get worked up when things are not seemingly going my way. When things are not seemingly going my way, I'm just going to relax until they are going the way that I need them to go, right? So this is saying, don't be afraid to make that clear, calm thinking your priority. Don't be afraid to take a step back from situations sometimes and say, maybe I need to take a breath. Maybe I need to rethink what I was going to say or what I was going to do from here, right? So, make clear, calm thinking your goal, okay? So I hope that helped the collective, okay? I hope you guys realize that you can create and recreate yourself multiple times during this incarnation. This is not just a one and done type thing. This is not just, oh, I was born into an impoverished neighborhood and into an impoverished family, and I'm always gonna be that way. That's a mindset. Right? And we have to change the narrative. We have to say, just because I started here doesn't mean I have to finish here, right? When you start a race, we all start at the same line, but somebody at the end is going to be in first and somebody at the end is going to be in last. You don't have to finish last. You can make yourself finish in first, okay? So we're going to get the caller on the line. We're going to see what's going on with her, and we'll be right back in 2 seconds. Okay, everybody? Hold tight and we'll be right back. Okay, guys, welcome back. Okay, we have the caller on the line. So we're gonna kind of, jump right into it and get her business a little bit. Okay, Anais, how are you doing, beautiful?
Hello, my love. How are you?
I am good. How is everything? How's everything?
Everything's going pretty okay.
So listen, how about the irony of the general poll that I did prior to your poll? They were talking about showing people potential, basically, and proving to people that anything is a possibility in this reality. So that led me to talking about the energy work that I was doing earlier. So can you do me a favor really quickly? Just tell people about your experience earlier, what was hurting, how it felt before, and how it felt after. And we're just going to jump right into your reading.
Had a car accident, and ever since then, I've been having like a really lot of pain on like my right side of my back, like the wing area. And I also, at 25, I got diagnosed with degenerative disc disease. And, so I've been struggling with back pain for a while. So, like, when the weather changes, I feel it all through my bones and, all through my back and stuff. And, right, I jumped on your live today, and you did that little healing session with me. And it's like, ever since you did that with me, I feel like a brand new woman. And I'm not even lying. It's no joke. Like, I just feel no pain in my back at all.
So remember, about midway through after we did the first session, and I told you, I said, well, I think about 10 or 20 minutes from now, I said, I feel like it should be feeling a little better. Did it progressively get better from?
Yes, it did. Yes, it did. Because the first one, yes, it worked. But it was like you felt the energy. You felt that I still had a lot of pain in that area, and I did. And then when you did the second one, right, it was like slowly. As you did the first one, it was going away. But then the second one, it really worked, the second one.
Yeah. So listen, I'm shuffling and pulling cards for you as we speak. So I'm gonna tell you what these cards are coming out and saying in a second. But I just want to let you know, thank you, right? Thank you so much for being like a little guinea pig for me to do that stuff on live.
I appreciate you.
Okay, thank you. And we're gonna do a panel eventually here on the show. So if you would like to join the panel, we're going to do a panel with a bunch of other people that get energy assistance, and we're just going to showcase it on the show and let everybody tell their stories and like the whole process. So,
I would love to do it. I would love to come in.
Great, so I'm gonna keep you posted on that. Okay, beautiful. Okay, so let's see. While we were talking over here, you have 3 cards that fell. You have the conclusions are within reach. That's a full moon eclipse card. You have a time for healing card, the balsamic moon, and surrender to the divine, the full moon, which I found funny because that came out during the general reading. So kind of the energy that I'm getting from these conclusions are within reach card. This card in specific is telling me that like the time, whatever happened, the time is passing now. So they're going to either come to some sort of decision, right? This feels legal. This doesn't necessarily feel like interpersonal. Yeah, this feels legal. So there's actually going to be a decision here on a case or an award being made here. But yeah, they're definitely, and I feel like it's going to be something, an unexpected piece to this, right? So maybe you're thinking this is going to be one way, but it's going to go, I feel like this is going to be good, right? But there's also going to be another piece to this. So it's going to be good with like cherries on the top, like, oh, and that too? Okay. So this feels really good. Yeah, this conclusions are within reach card. This feels really good. This definitely feels legal. The time, a time for healing and the surrender to the divine. So the conclusions card felt legal. These 2 cards right here feel really personal. And it feels like this is actually a time for healing from this situation here. So
yeah, I've been going through a lot. We'll talk about that in a second. I'm going to let you finish. I'm sorry.
Okay. No, you can just talk. It's cool with me. But yeah, so this is a time for healing and this surrender to the divine. This is really saying like, if you just kind of give all your cares, pain, all that stuff, if you give that stuff to the divine and just say, I'm going to let it be what it's going to be. I'm going to let y'all put whatever you need to put in my path, take whatever you need to take from my path. I'm accepting everything. And they're like, because you're doing that, they are literally going to give you more than you expected. So I think that's why I'm feeling that from this first card, because they're saying
it's like every time you give me a read, it's like you always tell me better and better and better every time. And you always tell me that I'm going to always be blessed, that I'm always going to have abundance, that everything is always going to be, and that makes me feel really good because I be feeling like I'm a failure. I be feeling like I'm not doing things right, and that's all in my head. It's not true.
Yes.
I'm doing everything
I'm so glad you said
supposed to, because not for nothing, Leslie, you know that I lost my children a year ago. Well, 2 years ago, and I had to fight for them to get them back, and I did. I did everything that I was supposed to, and I got my children back, and they've been home with me for a year now. Just the other day, I got a phone call from the child protective worker. I don't have to have supervision anymore. So that made me feel really good, and now I only have to deal with, like, one of the workers, for the children and stuff like that. So, like, things are starting to turn around. So that just makes me feel really good that every time you give me a reading, you are, like, right on point with everything.
So, A, you're welcome, right? B, because you be on my lives, that if I'm telling you what I'm telling you this for a reason. Because I get on live and tell people real honest, like, oh, nah, you need to get your together, So, yeah, it's like whenever you hop on, I always get this sense of some people play victim in life and some people realize I don't have time for that and they handle their business. So when you hop on my lives, I always get that energy. Like, nah, okay, yeah, I might have messed up in the past. I might have did stuff in the past. But now I'm in a space where I want to get myself together. I'm trying to recreate or create a structure that I didn't even have. That's always what it feels like to me, right? It feels like you going, I am trying to actually make things better than either the generations before me or what I've seen or whatever. So it really feels like that every time you get on my lives. So that's why I like when you come on my lives, because it's always like good. Even when you're going through stuff, you just really have good energy. So
yeah, thank you. I really appreciate that.
You're welcome. So wait, you got 3 more cards that dropped. I want to get to these cards because we only have a few minutes left before the end of the show. So you have this King of Swords card. Okay, you got the King of Swords. You got the 6 of Pentacles that came out. And you have this Ace of Cups in reverse. Okay, so the Ace of Cups in reverse, the 6 of Pentacles, and the King of Swords. So what I'm going to tell you is there might be a male energy around you. This could even be a kid, right? But this person needs to learn the art of give and take. This person needs to learn that they can't always just take, right? They have to be in a space where they are open to receive, right? Even if this isn't a man, this might be a female with more masculine energy. This could be you actually saying, I'm working on that, right? I'm working on how much I give to people versus, if it's not even reciprocal, am I doing a disservice to myself, right? Because this could be you saying, like, I give so much to people that I don't feel like it's returned to me. And because I don't feel like it's returned to me, it's making me kind of want to close myself off. And Spirit is saying...
Yes, that's how I be feeling, like I want to just shut down.
And guess what? Spirit's like, no, don't do that. Because actually, you are going to get blessings 10 times better than the ones that you're giving out to people. We just want to make sure that you're genuinely moving from your heart. So if I could offer you some advice, I would say not to get caught up on the people, but not to get caught up on the people, but to just remember you're doing what you're doing as an act of kindness, as an act of love, right? Yeah. Like, I feel like where Spirit is going to take you, they're like, you won't have to worry. So just continue doing what you're doing because we got you. We're going to prove to you, right, that we have you. We're going to prove to you that all this give and take that you've been doing is actually going to end well in your favor. Okay, so I feel like at the end of it...
Look, I'm patiently waiting.
There you go.
Oh, man.
I feel like at the end of it, though, for some reason, they're saying you're going to have the last laugh, right? So I don't know if this is like a child's father who's probably getting his rocks off, telling people, oh, she's doing this or she was this. Or but they're like, no. They're like, trust me, you're going to have the last laugh at the end of this. It's not what he thinks it is. And you're definitely going to have the last laugh at the end of this. So, Spirit is like, just keep on moving, keep giving, keep loving and being you as an individual, because that's
girl, that is because you right on the money. I love it. I freaking love it. I love it because it's like, yes, certain that I've been through or what I'm going through or whatever, but then there's other things that you don't know about that I haven't ever spoken to you about it, and you always throw it out there. I don't have to tell you. You know it.
That's because it's these...
And that's what I love.
It be them. You know them. Look, you know them.
My other daughter with her father. You don't know nothing about that. And you just brought that up. And that's just like, wow.
Yeah, I'm about to say, because we don't talk about So usually what's so funny is we only talk about you for the most part. Your kids,
Yeah.
when anything comes up with your kids, it's just a roundabout situation. But we never ever really went into those kind of situations. So
like deep conversation and stuff like that,
yeah, see, spirit. Like I said, it's so funny how you were on the live the other day, yesterday, for the healing, and your phone ended up dying, and then I ended up helping 2 other women. So I feel like everything happens when it's supposed to. They tell me things when they're supposed to. Everybody aligns when they're supposed to, because you still got what you needed. So like, I want to read these last 2 cards for
like,
you.
Even though I got booted off of the live or whatever, right, I still got my reading and I still got the message that they were trying to give me.
There you go. So on the way out the door here, you have the signs card. It says the universe has been gently nudging you forward by revealing to you signs and synchronicities. And you have the dreams card, okay? This says the universe speaks to you through your dreams. So I kind of feel like what they're saying here is yeah. And I was going to ask you, but that's another conversation. But you need to pay attention to your dreams. They are, and I actually feel like maybe a grandmother or an older aunt has been coming to you in your dreams, right?
My grandmother.
Yep. This older woman has been coming to you in your dreams, and she's telling you she's trying to show you something. She's trying to, I feel like this has something to do with your daughter, actually, why she's coming to you, right? So grandma's saying just kind of pay attention. If you don't remember the dreams really vividly when you wake up, what you can do is, before you touch your phone, before you do anything, write down as much as you can every single morning. It may seem like, I don't really remember much, but the more you really actively try to focus on remembering is the more you can actually remember. Okay, boo?
Yes.
Okay, so we're about to get out of here because the timer is just about up. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you guys so much. I really appreciated this reading this evening. Thank you for having me on the show. I really appreciate it. I will keep in contact with you, and I love you, love you, love you, love you.
Yes, boo. Thank you so much for calling in. Okay, absolutely. Thank you. I adore you. Okay. We're about to get out of here. Everybody that tuned in, thank you so much for tuning in. Anais, again, thank you so much for being our guest caller this week. Okay, you guys know how I leave you every single time, right? From the top of your head to the soles of your feet and everything in between, guys. Be healthy. Okay, be healthy, healthy, healthy. Our health is our true source of wealth. So if we don't have our health, we legit don't have anything else, okay? Our physical health affects our spiritual and emotional health, and our spiritual and emotional health affect our physical health. So just be healthy all across the board. Okay, guys? We're out of here. We're out of here, guys. Deuces.